Okay. Day 65 in-app notification. This is the second attempt for me to use YouTube Live. It's the first time, so let's see how it works. Should be okay. So working in the Flutter app in-app notifications. So this is a huge ticket I'm working on already for several days. Okay, yeah, that's day 6. Right, I had to close the audio from the video, it overlaps. Okay, so let's start. So now the first thing to do is in the terminal, let me put it inside the available space here. There. In the terminal, I have two projects, the web project and the where I also have the functions. Here, that's the web project. And we are now up to date with Git, with no branch. Same here. That's the app project, Flutter, and it's up to date with Git. So now we are gonna ask to, yeah, nothing was an attempt. We have to ask code to, can you review the ticket 6110 in GitHub project? Issue 6110. I don't need to say GitHub project because he knows already that we've been using this one. And tell me and update it if necessary and pick the next task for a focused branch and PR. Next task, I think there are two things I need doing. One is for testing purposes. I've a notification of how many new messages there are when the app starts. There is chat support messages, and it's coded to 3 as a start instead of 0, just to test the badge. That is a small change, can be put back to 0, so it will fetch the real as a default and fetch later the real amount of new messages. And then those messages need to be persisted across app launches because they are reset. So it will check only new messages. When if the app is closed and reopen, it will lose the count. So it has to store them in shared preferences. And I think that might be it, but I'm not quite sure. We can also read the ticket ourselves. Yep, that is what I was talking about, persistent state and share preferences. That should be it. Then this part of the feature should be done. And is already working quite well. I've had an issue with the thread, losing the thread, which you will have to keep an eye on. Meaning that how the app works is that I can talk between a Slack thread and the app. Okay. So if I send hello here, I get this on my phone because the app is connected to. I got two. Only problem I got two. I got two notifications instead of one. Oh God. So we have to understand why. Anyway, if I click on hello, now I got the badge saying that there is one new message. I go here. This I have to. I already updated the color to be blue like the rest of the app. Just didn't update the app because it was such a small changes. And I got the message twice as well. Okay, that's why I got two notifications. But I sent it only once. Let's try with another message and see if I get it twice as well. Why are messages repeated? No, that's annoying. No, only once. So I think this is due to the fact that Slack, because it has the Firebase function that Slack hits as a cold start. So I think Slack assumed that it was down because maybe it took 1 second plus to start, and uh, and so he sent another copy. And I think there is some deduplicating code already, but perhaps doesn't work well. Um, I think this is like a small bug fix. I think I will write a ticket for it, but be focused on finishing the main flow first. Uh, do and well, I'm kind of changing my mind already as I say it, and the reason is now in the logs there is an example of this happening. But later on, if the function is hot, it might be difficult to reproduce. So it might be good to check now. Um, so let's go back to Claude Code. The Claude Code is still trying to fetch the issue. Okay. Issue 6.1.10 looks well maintained and accurate. The bug was fixed. It wasn't related to 6.1.10 badge system. It was a mapping deletion. Okay, there was a small bug I just fixed before the broadcast. Looking open issues. Next logical task. There is no. Yes, state persistent. I thought we already have the debouncing. It's 616. It's a separate ticket. I don't see it. Is this maybe uh, in the done column by mistake? Ah, it's in the backlog. That's what I can say. Is this the right ticket? Let's say if it's the same issue or not. Ah, that's a no, that's a different issue. This is about the notifications, but we also need when I'm gonna view the issue 611, it's looking at the next issue. Well, let's do it to build the context, but I don't know why you would need that now. So the debouncing is a different thing. It's about, the wall of notifications. So shall we aggregate them and somehow update the current notification instead of sending 10 notifications? If I send 10 messages, it's a different issue. Okay. Yeah, tell him no because he doesn't know yet. I'm saying he decided that Claude is a man. All right. So, so what I'm gonna say is we have another issues first. We have another small issue first. I just sent a message from Slack saying hello, but that message was received twice in the app and it had two notifications, but that is a logical consequence, so that's not the issue. So I will not mention that. I think this is because the Firebase function went through a cold start, and Slack assumed it was down or not working, and we tried sending the message. The message already said this says hello. It was lowercase. Yes. Okay. Can you check the logs? Can you check the Firebase debug logs and the Slack webhook function logs to see if that was indeed the case? Um, Also, I thought we had a way to deduplicate duplicate messages. Can you double check what is implemented? And I would say yes, suggest a fix, but maybe let's do only an investigation first. Anyway, the AI tends to sometimes do more than is requested, so let's see what happens there. Let's see if we can look at the logs first. So okay, I got a to-do list with check Firebase logs for duplicate message issue, review Slack webhook function for cold start handling, verify message duplication implementation. Okay, that is exactly what I said in a more concise way. So you're gonna check the functions log for all the functions, which is fine because we don't have users, so that didn't work. Okay, no option limit. I think we forgot that we had scripts for it. Let me check him. Let me point him in the right direction. So I think we got two projects, the app and the web project. Let's open the app project in the scripts. We have that, so not kind of related. In the top folder here, do we have scripts? No, the only scripts are maybe here, in here, in the app. Oh, it's outside the screen. Oops. Okay, here in the app, we got. No, not in the app folder, but in the app, in the whole app thing. I got not scripts and Python scripts. Okay, Python scripts being open. We got firestore log and get functions log. Okay, so let's go back to the terminal. So that's those Python scripts. We also have Node scripts. Yeah, which is no, not needed. So we can tell Claude to check the Python scripts. Claude was already aware of them before, but the context keeps in this session, yeah, but the context, it keeps on being completed and cleared. So we have this is going for days. So he forgot. Check if readme. If I say readme md, I see if it's how easy it is to find a Python script. Readme, yeah, can be helpful. Perfect. The get functions log scripts is exactly what we need. Okay, right. So use it. It would be nice to say which function. Maybe it will be an improvement for next time. Let's see if this is enough right now. I think that's one last 3 hours. Yeah. I think that's happened only a few minutes ago, so I don't know why he has to extend the window that much, because he tried with 1 hour, I think. Let me also check. Okay, so now we're trying on his own using the G-Cloud CLI. But he didn't never check the Firebase logs, which are, custom logs from the app. Actually, those are not really relevant now that I think about, because they're not relevant at all, because I think, we're not sure, but I think that the app receives twice because it posts twice. So what matters is more the function logs. No recent logs found. Uh-huh. Okay, still trying to look for the logs. I think maybe better look for the logs myself. So I go to functions. The function in question is the Slack webhook. So let's go to see if we can find those alone. But I think it's not outputting the message content. And that's correct for privacy reasons, but maybe while I'm developing, I could output it maybe. Slack webhook. Maybe we could have no need to post the same message exactly the same twice. So the last message could have some kind of checksum. If the checksum is the same, the hash, then discard it. I'm gonna check also the duplication logic. So this I'm looking at the functions logs myself. Yeah, so as you can see outside the screen, so let me resize. Is that in the screen now? Yes, it is. So there are two notifications happen basically in the same millisecond. So obviously that should be strange, because everything seems duplicated, but only one of the two messages was duplicated. Payload event is check the same Slack event was already processed. Check for existing messages. Stores event ID. Let me check the recent upside Firestore data to see uh, if there are actually duplicated messages. Okay. Yeah, you will find the hello twice. Probably a timestamp, so that should help to cross match things. I also okay, yeah, I explained how the duplication works based on an event ID. Okay. Hello, hello. Yeah, you found it. There are two identical hello messages. Apparently sent a slightly different timestamp. However, the timestamp has a slightly different format, so I wouldn't trust that too much. But let's see. Analysis duplication is implemented, but it's not working in this case. Possible cause cold start scenario. Slack sent the webhook twice to the timeout, but each got a different event ID. Yeah. Event ID missing. The duplication fail. Race conditions. The duplication logic depends on Slack consistency. Yeah. The duplication based on message contents timestamp. I think it goes identify. The content. Okay. Let me say what I think. I think that the there is no need to send the same message twice, one after the other. So it's okay to send the same message twice if there is some message in between, but only if it's the last message. All right, let me try to explain this in a sentence actually formed correctly. I think that if support sends the exact same message twice, i.e., for example, let's say same checksum. So we don't, just to hint, I don't want to keep the whole content. Then the second message should be discarded. I think that should just check the last sent message, i.e. again, I like i.e. There is it's okay to send the same message if a different message was sent beforehand. To keep things simple, we could remove the current deduplication logic and use only this content based, normally I put an hyphen, based logic. If you agree, create an issue on GitHub project, then create a suitable branch and start with removing the current deduplication logic first. Okay, and then it's intended to build the rest, but I can see in the next prompt too. Think I'm happy with this. But I want to add one more in consideration. This will also be more efficient because we don't have to check all messages in the chat to duplicate. Okay. Oh, that's a quite a good little task. So let's see, resets in 51 minutes. We should be fine as long as we don't go crazy with the limits. Create a GitHub issue for content deduplication. Create a branch for duplicating. Fix deduplication. Fix remove current. Yeah, okay. Implement. Allora. Issue. Fix Slack message deduplication with content-based approach. Replace event ID-based deduplication with content-based approach to prevent duplicated message support messages. Correct. Problem. The current duplication of Slack event ID uses Slack's event ID, but during cold starts retry, Slack sends the same message with different events ID, causing duplicates. Example, two identical hello messages received at the same second. It's weird that it's trying so quickly. Doesn't even wait 1 second before retrying. Solution: remove event ID based content duplication logic. Implement content based deduplication. Check if last support message matches current message content. More efficient. Only compares against the last message, not entire chat history. I wonder if we want to save the last message in the top level so we don't have to search through the collection, because in the collection the last chat message might be several messages behind, even if sorted by date, because the user might have gone crazy and sent 30 messages. Implementation, remove event ID field and find message ID logic. Other get last support message function to DAO. Compare message content hash checksum before storing. Allow identical okay, I'm slowing down because I don't agree with this implementation plan because I think this will exactly do what I said, so going through the collection. So I'll say no. I always say I think because I'm happy for Claude to come back and suggest something different. I think that instead of unfortunately he deleted the whole issue here. So unless maybe I press Ctrl R, can I expand it? It went to blank screen. So not helpful. Let me press escape. That doesn't work. Let me press Ctrl R again. Doesn't work. Let me press. Oh my god. Okay. And it went. Maybe it's just slow. Okay, escape worked. Yep. I just have to be a little more patient. I don't know why Claude does this. Ctrl R should be used to expand when things are collapsed, but sometimes I just show a blank screen. Maybe it's slow, but that's confusing to say the least. Okay, so I think that in your plan, you are going through the collection of messages just to find the last support message, while I would prefer if now I need to think. I need to go to Firestore, check the user data. How do I go in there? It might be something sensible here. Let me move it to the side. For now, I might be put back in. If I see it's okay. So I go to oh yeah, I'm just looking at the activity log as well that I didn't check in a long while. So that's my user. Is it even sorted? This 19, 20 looks like it's 21, 22, 30. Okay, got this activity log going for some days. Just shows on which day you open the app. Oh, I'm pretty sure I open the app every day, but there are gaps. So that might be another issue. Anyway, now let's stay focused on this. These are the debug logs, devices. Okay, and here we have some top level data. In the user. Let's call it user data. That's where I want to save the checksum. If we save the checksum of the last message in user data, being careful to preserve the other fields in there. Okay. So when we receive a message from Slack, we do the compute the checksum, compare with the checksum stored in user data for last support message hash or similar field. I can leave that open, the naming can be changed. Allowing. That's kind of obvious, but for it to not exist. And then update that field with the new checksum. What do you think about this approach? All right, let me ask a specific question as well. All right, there is already some output, the thinking output. The user is absolutely right. My approach was inefficient. Yep, that's correct. Instead of querying through the message collection to find the last support message, it's much better to store the last support message hash. Is that what I called? I already rename the field. Bit long, yeah, but it's clear. So prefer clarity over brevity sometime. Where is my prompt? Yeah, that's exactly what I said. This is still a thinking, so might change his mind later, but I'm going through the thinking as well. Um, if say discard, if different, okay, this is much more efficient. No collection query, simple implementation, preserve all the other user data fields, only retrieves one Firestore read, requires one read write operation. I should have played my plan and created the issue with this much better. I added much. This better approach. Excellent approach. You're absolutely right. That's much more efficient and elegant. Your approach, store last support message hash in user support data, compare incoming messages hash with stored hash, update hash fields after storing new messages, single file store read write versus collection query, more efficient, simpler, safer, atomic. Oh, I'm being praised here. The sycophantic, yeah, way of agents. But I think that that's correct, you know, like without exaggerating too much. But I think this is indeed a better approach. Okay, compute hash, compare. Yeah, yes. Choose a create a backup, GitHub issue first. Go ahead. Okay, we got the issue created. So what's saying? Yeah, so yeah, sometimes it's good to take your time to read through everything in detail like I'm doing, and just not say accept, accept, accept. Then you come up with a mess, and also no understanding of the code base. So I mean, it's taking more time, but I think also less time in the long run, and makes things possible. So that's we are not in a rush. Replace event ID based deduplication with efficient hash-based approach to prevent duplicate support messages. And that's per user. So I can send the same message to 10 users if I wish to, and that's not getting deduplicated correctly. Correct. Current deduplication or deduplication uses Slack's event ID. They're doing cold star retries. Slack send the same message with different event ID. Supposedly, I'm not quite sure that's indeed the case, but that doesn't matter because we are not relying on event ID. Example two, identical hello messages. Yeah, yeah, okay. With the timestamp, nobody will look at the logs again there. Solution store hash of last support message and user data and compare incoming messages. Add the last support message hash fields to user support data. Compute hash of incoming message text. Compare with the stored hash, discard if identical. Compute hash fields storing new message. Use merge operation to preserve user data fields. Efficient, no message collection query, just a simple, safe, atomic. Implementation, remove event ID field and find my message by event ID logic. Also the field. We might want to keep it. But if we don't have a real reason why to keep it, maybe it's better to delete it. Yeah. Add the last support message hash to support user data type. Well, one issue to delete would be to cross-reference the logs with the content. But I guess if we need to debug an issue in the future, we could introduce it. Compare restore hash, update fields, support certain criteria. The duplicate consecutive messages are prevented. Well, that means, which I'm okay with it. If I send hello and then hello again is a different message, I, I send literally hello with the same 5 characters, that 5 character in hello. Yeah, then it will duplicate the second one, which gives an advantage of being easy to debug, because otherwise the cold start thing is very difficult to debug because that's kind of a race condition. That makes it easy. I also see no reason in the world, unless you are really angry, to send the same message. I can think about, like curse word. You send 1, 2, 2, 3 times fu. And it's okay. They are deduplicated. Backend cloud functions. Okay, let's go ahead and create the issue. And unfortunately, I'm still not working on the task I wanted to work on because of this issue. Okay, so we got the issue. Let's have a look here. It should be in the work dashboard, but I don't see it. Well, let me see. That should be issue 114. 114? Why you have another one 600? I don't understand. Why the issue start with 600? Because I just started recently creating issues. Okay, let's interrupt him, tell him no, and say I can't locate the issue in GitHub project. Let me see. We're wasting tokens for that. But otherwise, if the issue is not there, okay, give me you want to get this issue? What does this mean item add? Why is this 114? Let me try this URL directly, see what happens. It's there. But is this a GitHub project? Ah, it's in the wrong place. I understand now. The issue was created, I said is, doesn't matter, in the wrong place. I forgot about, I was assuming that you remember about this, but I forgot. The GitHub project board is here. Was that a big truck? Wait a second. Why there is a big truck in this small soil? A concrete mixer truck, you know, those huge trucks. And this is a very small road, so there's having issues. Okay, so hopefully the neighbor will not be too noisy. Let's delete a board. I think I created the project, the thing in the wrong place. Let's fix that. So it's creating a new issue. We'll have to delete the other one. Do you want to proceed? Yes. Uh, yeah, yeah, it is noisy. Okay, so the number now is a number recognized. I might have to close the window now. Add the issue 64. But so what did he do the first thing? Okay, now he's creating the right branch, 641. Let me close the window. This is very noisy, man. Yes. Okay, so let's see. The previous issue, I think is still there. Let's have a look, yeah. So I already start working on issues, so it's removing the event duplication. Nice. You have to remember to clean up the previous issue. So it's removing the event ID and message. That's fine. Yeah, it was for the duplication, but it can be used for cross references. It's removing the function. This is really good. That's really thoughtful, you know, to do the cleanup of things not needed. And let me search the support user data type. Okay. All right. This is confusing. This diff is confusing because it should be in the same thing. So let me check. Support chat TypeScript. There you go. That's the file. So what it's doing is not this. What's this doing? Is adding a field on line 22. Support user data. The event ID. So the support user data top level, but the event ID is instead message based. I understand now. Yes. Now let me implement the hash deduplication logic. Okay. So an import in the middle of the file is not what I normally see. I also normally don't see imports without wait, so I'm not sure about that. But then it creates a hash of the text in next mode. So it's a string. And then it does one lookup of the data for the user. Yeah. And then it discards the message in case. With null checks. Okay, this looks good, so I accept that. Now I need to update the user support data with the new message hash. Yeah, all right, yeah, that's a good thing. I was also not thinking that anymore. Excellent. Okay. So right now, what is he doing? Running the test. Yes. Running the linting. Which has some kind of problems. Maybe formatting typically. Test. Build. All right, we need to test this. Okay, changes made, remove event ID logic, added hash field, implemented efficient do duplication. All right. Can you delete the issue you created in the wrong place? So that was in the web project. So let's go there. Web issues. So we are talking about this issue, which is 114 has to be deleted. Yep. Close. Can't you delete it instead of closing? Let me try myself. Go edit. No, edit actually edits the text. Cancel. And just have close issue. There are like not planned. Okay, that's the way to do it. Okay, fine. Yeah, close as not planned. That seems okay. So we are down that to test this thing. So now we are on this branch. We need to commit and push and create a PR. Let's tell Claude to do that. Please commit and push and create a PR. And the reason why I tell Claude to do that was such a simple thing is that he will create the commit message, which is too verbose. Let's have a look. Replace event ID with dash space duplication for Slack message. That would be enough for me as commit message. But it says remove event ID fields for support message doc and find event ID functions. That is not very clear, but it means you remove both. Add last support message hash field to support user data for efficient duplication, implement content hashing, update user support data with messages after. It's all true, it's correct. More efficient, single, no reliable. That is like unneeded, but let's say it's okay. Let's get some water. I'll wait. Be careful with the laptop. Let's pour water far away from the laptop because I screwed up once, not with water but with coffee. It was not entirely my fault because I was on an unstable table and my dog pulled me. With a mess, but and that was an expensive repair, not super expensive, but better to avoid. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it's created. So this will trigger a fast build. Wait a second, where is the ticket? Because I just saw the number. So the number is 614. Where is issue 614 now? Is this in the backlog? Annoying. 614. Let's search for it. Ah, there you go. That is no. That's not the right input. What is 6614? Oh God. I didn't expect that. Ah, 641. I'm an idiot. Okay. But this 641, correct number, but I don't see it. It's not here. It's not here. We have to ask what's the status of issue. There is this thing, this view called everything. Let's have a look here. Can we see issue 641? Yeah, there you go. Open. By what? Open by what? Label, milestone, labels. Status, no status, and that's the issue. Let's put it in progress, and we don't need to send messages about it. There you go, now it appeared. Oh, annoying. I know I can add this to the Claude MD. Say create a issue as in progress. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Code star. So this is not the top level Claude MD. I think this should be in the top level Claude MD. Which is this one? Oh, okay. See if there is any reference to projects. That's different. Yeah, and nothing about that. Yeah. In progress. Okay. So let's add this. Okay, no, we don't need to ask about that. We found it. Can you add a reference, a short explanation, let's say, in Claude MD, the top one, about using GitHub project one, yeah, and to create a new issue. Well, when you create an issue, either the status can be either to do in to do in progress if we're just starting right now to work immediately, like in this case, a bug fix, or in the backlog. Of valid statuses, valid statuses. That's a proper status? Oh no, the plural, I said the proper, I meant to say the plural. Ah, let me, ah, if that's already in budget app cloud, budget pilot app, Claude MD, maybe we should remove it from there and add it in the top level Claude MD instead. Okay. Should be near the reset time. 15 minutes. Okay. And also we should be near the limits. We sent already 100 messages for the 5-hour session. So should be okay. Should be okay. But we are really close to the limit. So is editing I think what it is the top level Claude MD? Yeah, just after linting at the bottom of the file. Okay, perfect. And remove it from there. Yeah, we don't need to duplicate this everywhere. Perfect. It basically moved. It's not true. Wait a second, I start to remove it. It's not true that they are in the budget repository. So this one, this bit. This is not true. The GitHub project is not is not part of any repository. Part of, for what I understand, can you double check that? Let's go to the bottom of it. You're absolutely right. Let me check the GitHub project structure to verify that. So project view, item list, owner Steve Low. Okay. So he's getting some issues. They are in the budget project. Are they? A user level project at the track issue from multiple repository. I can see the current as issue. Okay. Track issues and the budget repository. Okay. Let me correct the documentations. Yep. Yeah. Correct. All right. Thank you for the correction. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. So let's go check the pull request in budget web repository. So budget web should have one issue now. Why is it doesn't? And you know what? This is the issue that was closed. Okay, let me close this tab. And I think it's the issue. And is linked to the wrong project, yeah? I think now issue 641 is linked to the wrong project. Can you check that? Enter. Alright, that's why. Duplicated messages. Yeah, I got a ticket here. I think that should be resolved, but I put it in the review column. Post it. Okay. Hopefully adding that node in Claude will prevent this in the future, but you never know because sometimes Claude just ignores it. But it should help. Okay. Yeah. No, it's not. I don't think that's the case because it says, what did I say? Did I say project or maybe I where's my problem? Maybe I word that incorrectly. Thank you. I think that is a wrong project. Yeah, my bad. Uh, so The project is correct. Sorry, I meant to say that's linked to the wrong repository. The project is correct. There you go. You're absolutely right. It's about backend duplication, Cloud Functions in the budget web repo, but created in the budget repo instead of the budget web repo where the actual code lives. The issue should be in budget web, but that's okay. Should I create a new issue 641? I don't think you can preserve the number. Let's see if I can do it myself easily or not. Labels, notification, relationships, transfer issue. There you go. Select a repository, budget web, transfer issue. I got a different number. And now there is one issue in budget web. Okay, yeah, we have to update the reference. Because he would delete and create a new one, which is basically what transfer does perhaps, but that's more efficient. I'm already transferred the issue, but created a new issue number. Can you update the branch name, which means create a new branch, but and I point to the issue. Oh yeah, that's good. It's not creating a new branch, but it's renaming the branch. That's really good. I didn't even remember that was possible. I did this before, but I forgot. That is very good. But the problem is, now it's deleting the remote branch. This is good. This is good. And now it's pushing the other branch. Okay, so we have to recreate the PR. I think we had a PR. I don't know if we had or not. Okay, perfect. Okay. It says the PR should be linked. Let's check the PR. So we had a PR. No, I don't see any PR. I don't see any open PR. Oh, that should be enough. Uh, you're right. I validated the old remote branch is likely close to PR. Okay. Create a new PR, not a problem. I see the limits, man. 121 messages, 17,000 tokens, and 5 minutes to reset. That's fantastic. Yeah. We're gonna make it. And it doesn't even say approaching limits yet, so we should be good. Worst case scenario, we have to wait a couple of minutes, but it looks good. So, okay, all is fantastic. Wait, this is the old PR. was deleted. And here I want to check on one more thing, that we have only one branch in addition to main, and that's the case. Nice. So we're gonna check the build. It does a simple build. Wait for it to finish. Okay. So because that's done, we can now deploy the functions, which takes a long time. So in the meantime, we can plan the next step. This might take maybe 5 minutes. Okay, so while it's deploying, what's the next step? It was the saving the number of messages in the shared preferences. But let's play dumb here. Six one one, is that the right issue? I think it is. Go back to the user, projects. No, it's the wrong issue. We are still finishing 610. Let's finish that before moving on. There is also the initial number of messages set to 3 to clear. Okay. You're absolutely right. Let's complete issue 610 before moving to 611. Looking back at our batch system implementation, I remember we had some coded test values and we need to finish the persistence work. Yeah. Okay, okay. So it doesn't remember that. My God, this is like little details about the. Okay. uh, mm, Let me check a couple of things first. Okay, this is updating. Fine. We might have to commit the little changes to the README, but if that stop level is not part of any repo, let me see here. Ah, yeah, we modified this Claude README. Okay, deleting that. It's fine. We can commit later. And here in web is currently deploying. Nice. Actually successfully done now. We maybe want to test that then right now. Yeah. We can test the duplication already. So open the phone. I go to so the latest change, I just changed the visual of the app, so I don't need to deploy to the phone or to install it on the phone. So what I need to do now is get into Slack, send any message, um, like just hi there, and then I should receive that on the phone, which I did very quickly. I got it. And now I send hi there again, and I should not receive it on the phone because, and I did. So that's not working. Let's go check Firebase hash. Mm. I got the hash. All right. Unfortunately, we are still on this issue then. Go back to Claude. Yeah, there is this three thing as well. Check. Visual Studio Code. App, app, lib. I don't know what to look for. Looking for three is not a great. I can find three, the number three, but it's not great. There will be a lot of three in the source code, but I don't have a better idea, man. I start to look for three as if I have something. Three comma. How can I find that bit? So when it starts, ah, hold on, I have some ideas. This is a provider. So we can start looking to providers. There should be a provider for the messages. That one. I read notifier. Uh-huh. Okay, that's the three. I mean the three on line 5 of chat read notifier. However, the application does not work. I just sent hi there twice from the support, let's say, and it was received twice. Can check the logs to see what happened. Yeah, check the code. Now let's check the duplication logs. Okay. That looked correct on a cursor, but it doesn't work, so. What does it say? I see the deployment logs, but no application logs. Hmm. Okay. All right. So I don't trust. Okay, it's doing a little script. Where does it create? Ah, it's in line. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's correspond. That matches the hash. Race conditions. 14 seconds. Transaction. 14 seconds is a long time. Let's not argue that for now. So does it mean that I send another hi there? It should be stable now? I don't think that's the case, man. Yeah, it's not the case. This is not about race conditions. The logic is flawed. I sent another same hi there message after 7 minutes and it still got through. Let's check the code. So with duplication, and check the logs because I don't believe it's not logging as well. So hold on. So I go back to yeah. Oh, I found the bug. In find support, runtime never return a support data object, but does not include the last support message hash. Right. Yeah. Yep. Okay, that should fix it. But then we are changing web and we are in a different issue. Ah, no, no, it's same. Hash content deduplication. Okay, okay. That's good. So now we are changing zero. You can, but it's not relating to this, but the small change is okay to do. But the rest of will be done on a different branch. So now I can say hi there again, and they will not be received. Ah, but only after I deploy, of course. So hold on, slowly. Only after deployment. Push. And besides, we're already in the new session now, so we have fresh limits. That's pretty good, man. I'm using Claude like crazy, and most of the time, sometimes I hit the limits, but sometimes I can manage like now. Right. So let's check if everything is committed. That's the case. Now let's check. What I wanted to check. No, no. I wanted to check if it works the deduplication, but we have to deploy first. So let me check the PR. Still building. Okay. Let's check the PR. Deploy to staging. Yeah, which we are gonna do now. Normal message flow still work. Yeah, and confirm the duplication. Yeah. Yeah. Let's review the changes. This I just added a new line. Next, add a new field. There is the deserialization of the data from the database. Get a document. That's from the document. Okay. That's the function looking through the collection is not needed anymore. And this is a deduplication based on a digest. Right. The only thing I don't like of this is that there is this block of code that is a bit long. There could be a little bit split up this function, not necessarily for the new thing, but in general. So, right. So there is already a little split here. Notified helper function. Yep. So, okay, let's go back to Claude. Let's say the Slack webhook at Slack webhook on request method is now very long. Yeah, can I say that? Can it be split in helper functions? At least three, I would think. Oh my God, sorry, look. You're absolutely right. The Slack webhook function is quite long and would benefit for being split in smaller focused helper functions. Let me see how to refactor it. Let me see. Let me refactor it. Okay. I just made it up. Okay. I think I like that. Let's see. It's much better. So we go validate message event. Yeah, careful. So because this is sending the response inside the methods. Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. For example, let's take validate the message event. The validate send the response. Hmm. Is a bit a side effect that is a bit surprising, right? But I already tried the other way, and this way is simpler. Yeah, still with okay for policy. All right, that looks quite good. So let's update it, and I can go in Visual Studio Code. We can check it easier there. So I'm going to check. Wait a second. What's this running? Ah, I'm still running the app. Okay, let's close it. Um, so why this code changed? Because yeah, that's the change, but it's in the other project. Okay. So in the web project, we had something called the Slack webhook that was just refactored. Right. So I think it's better to keep the on request entry point on top. Still long, yeah, but probably it's better now already. Verify Slack request. Try. Notify delivery failure. This could be a method on its own. Process support message, send us a notification. And error. Okay, yeah. Not perfect, but it's much better. We can accept that. Let's move on. Some linting, mostly formatting, I think. Still some error. I'm afraid of hitting Control R because most of the time it's buggy. Okay, the any type. And lint again. Proper interface, okay. Bot ID, what is bot? Ah, from Slack, okay. So nice. Not sure why before it wasn't an issue. Ah, because we didn't have a function before. So the parameters were implicit. Okay. So it's gonna commit. Double check that everything is committed. That's the case. And push. This is just a refactoring, doesn't need to be noted in the PR message. So we have got verify Slack request, validate message event, is duplicating message, process support message, and send FCM notification. Okay, yep. Right, it's not perfect, but it's better, yeah. So this is, for me, is ready to merge. I already look at it multiple times. So we just have to wait for the quick build just to make sure that there's no further linting issues and stuff, and we can test it. Oh, ah, there is an error, yeah. Mhm. Yeah, you can get that from Express, I think. Get that from Express. Or just don't declare it. Yeah, let's see if that works. Okay, another commit, push, so another build, actions, not started yet. Try to reload the page. Yeah, started now. Good. Test the duplication and then we can test the persistent. No, test implement first. That's in the app side. So because it's on the upside, that means different repo, we can work it in parallel even before merging. And we just change that, yeah. But we need a branch because we're on main. I can tell it now. Yeah, maybe let's wait a second. Let's wait until at least the build is done. See if it's a successful build. Otherwise, we have to switch context once more. Yep. See, it doesn't work. Because that's an extension from. Oops. So body is likely to be Firebase function extension. Can you search how to do that? I'm hungry already. I had a small lunch. Robot is a Firebase function extension on the express request object. Let me search how to probably type this. Yeah. Type. Yeah. Meaning not to type, but what's the type for it? Use it on call, which is different. Let me create a proper interface that extends request. Yeah, did I say response in my? No, I didn't say anything. Yeah. Okay, request. Yeah. Yeah, you just extend it manually. That's fine. And now I use it. Okay. Because sometimes the types are not exported by Firebase function, you get into a hell of private types. So I think this approach is easier. I agree with it. Nice. You need a new commit. So we did right to wait. Push. Wait again for the build. See if this build finally works. Reload. There you go. Building. Ah, yeah, man. And then we do a deploy. And maybe. Besides, the other notification are the external notification. They already work. So I guess we're almost there with this feature. It was so hard. It was much harder than not this little bug fix. I mean the whole feature about notifications and messaging. It was complicated. Okay. Uh-huh. Let me get the whole context actually. Ah. Buffer array buffer like. What the heck is that? So there are two errors, right? Request not assignable. That's because, yeah, buffer. Okay. It doesn't input the generics type. Uh, That used to work. I hope it doesn't screw up the signature validations. Yep, now he knows what check to run, so that's very good because I pasted a little bit more. Ugh. Okay, so my question is, however, this line used to work without toString. Are you sure it will still work? And I paste the line, colon. Yeah, removing it. I agree with it. Let's keep the code that works. It's probably the same thing because the backticks implicitly call toString, but I wouldn't touch code that works. So, especially something so sensitive like the validation of a hash that already created several problems before getting that right. Remove unnecessary substrings. Template literal enter buffer conversion. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. That's good. All right, so we get another failure, but soon we got a new build and a new chance. Let's wait for the push. Let's go here and we can test the deduplication before moving on to saving the state of how many unread messages there are locally. I thought that was server based. I don't know, man. Alright, so waiting for Anna to pick that up. Why is it taking long? We finish our credit or what? Don't think so, but so I go billing usage. Today we use 26 tenths. This was when my laptop was broken. The repair shop kept it for more than a week because 10 days it looks like from the graph. Because they had to put a new battery, but they didn't have it in stock. They received the wrong battery. It was a mess. But now it's fixed, so it's fine. So CI is now building. No, I don't know if it's building actually. Hold on. Was that picked up? No. Oh, that's strange. Is there an outage in GitHub? GitHub status. Apparently no, but normally, these things show up after a while. So we might as well reload later because this is 2 minutes and a half. and no executor is picking that up. And these are remote executors based on Ubuntu. One thing I can try is to cancel the workflow and then rerun it. Let's try that. Cancel, rerun all jobs because it's just one job. So um, now it's rerunning and it's still not starting not quickly. Reload the status. Okay, so what I can do while GitHub sorts this out is deploy the new function so we can test it. So, all right, let it run. And this one I can't do anything about it. Well, I can change the executor to be my own computer. That might work. Or it might not if they ever have any issues, you know. Okay, never mind. We'll get to the bottom of that later. So deploy the functions and test the deduplication. And also test that I can send a different message. Not yet anything in the status, but I think there is an incident ongoing. Might be only me, or I might not be. Sometimes it might take a few minutes before the issue's out from when it actually happens. Alright. So let's wait for this deployment. Oh, it started. There you go. Ooh, it took a long time. Let's see the test run now. There is no degraded performance thing. No, but anyway, finally started. So I'm happy with that. Okay, this is still deployed. This build should finally work. We'll merge it after testing. I think this should finally work. The issue was that the hash was saved correctly, but it was not retrieved. Now it's saved and retrieved, so I think it should work. It's just comparing a string. Okay, deployment complete. So let's test it. I go in Slack and I send another hi there. And this time it should not be delivered because it's duplicated with the previous message. Hi there. Yes, it's not delivered. Now we have to check the other case. If I say hi there, exclamation mark, now it's different. So I should deliver that one, correct. But if I send another hi there, exclamation mark, then it should be duplicated. And it's not delivered, correct. I see no reason why you want to send the same message twice. In now, I have to be able to send an hi there without because that's not the last message. And I get it. Okay, that's correct. But not another hi there without exclamation mark. I don't get that. Correct. So let's go to the test, to the issue and testing plan of this issue. So we finish it. So that issue, I think it's tested. Duplicate consecutive message are prevented. Correct. Same message allowed if different message sent in between. We tested that too. No more event ID storage or lookups. Well, we didn't really check that. And the thing is, okay, we can check that. So, wow, ooh, this is like endpoint. We can check the logs there too first. Duplicate message detected, discarding. I'm not sure why this log so is twice. Maybe I want to check the source code of Slack webhook. There you go. FCM sending FTM notification. Sent successfully. That's the only one that is duplicated, yeah? And is duplicated all the time, isn't it? Yeah, that is strange. Is this called twice? No. So the other thing to check was go back to the test plan. Yeah, the event ID. So that means in Firebase, I have a support collection where if I sort the documents by timestamp, descending, so the most recent message is on top, and I check the content, I don't have the event ID anymore. I would have kept it, but if I go back some messages, I have the event ID. That is true. And the hash store user data as a fields preserved. Okay, let's check that in Firebase. So we go back here. User data is here. Don't know how to go back. I click on support again. There you go. Then I click on here again. The thread ID is preserved and the support hash is there, correct? Otherwise it would not work. So, and the other fields preserved, improve the efficiency. Yeah, we know because it's doing a query on a single. It's not really something to check, but yeah, we can say everything works. But the only problem is why is that sent twice? Looking up, duplicate, looking up Slack thread ID, found user. So let's talk to Claude. Okay. I checked all tests. I tested it. And the deduplication now finally works. However, I don't understand why. Let's see if I can copy it. Logs like this appear twice with the same timestamp. Very close. It's not same. 9:35:12, 7:02. I see it logged only once, but maybe I'm wrong. Can you double check it? Is that the event ID? Yeah. Yeah, I can only see one log statement. That's what I see too. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't realize that. Hold on. That is not sure about that. In FCM and line 190 and the FCM TS, because it's in a different file. However, there are logs here, so I don't know if this makes it more confusing. Let me go back to that. So there is this file called FCM. Yes, which is imported here, I suppose. FCM. Yeah. Send support reply notification. And the reason why it's here is because it's in a service. And that logs. I don't see here, maybe here. Yeah. But that means also the failure is logged twice, isn't it? So the function that STM we are calling is maybe this is the only exported file. No, it's not. Everything is exported. From SMT, so we import only that. Okay. Okay, so the question is, let's allow to do that and ask if we are also logging errors twice. Um, okay, let him do that. We have to deploy again. Are we also logging errors twice? So, and I think that's the case, man. Good catch. Yeah, maybe not with the exact same message, but yeah. Yes, we are logging twice to in FCMCS. However, there is a different purpose. We could reduce duplication, the log, and keep it in Slack notification. Okay, okay. Just get over with it. All right. Just remove one log. That's fine. Move on. Now it's done. It works. We just refine the logging a little bit. We have to wait for the build. But we are basically there. Just want to see how much delay there is with the stream. That's why I wave my hand. Still not appeared. Huh, it's a lot. Okay, so unless I missed it, this seems ridiculous. Okay, so let's suppose everything is good. So let's check the build first. Okay, we have to redeploy just for the new message updates. Don't have to wait a second. Let's wait a second for this build. Okay, pretty sure that's successful. So let's push. Okay, success. So now this is being deployed. And while we do that, we can merge, move on, and go to the next bit. Oh, there is also here a checklist. Deploy to staging, verify normal messages, flow, confirm. Yeah, we already did that. So now, commit messages, this one. Let's cancel. There. No! Did a fat finger and copy it again instead of pasting it. Let me try one more time. Okay. Good. So back to main again. Right, but I wouldn't switch branch during the deployment. Should be fine because build is done, but it's still something a bit edgy and risky to do. So wait for that. But the new change in the app, so we can roll on. All right. We just need a branch. Okay, let's move on with the app now. Create a branch first, and let's work on the persistence. And this is the work that I wanted to start, and it took 2 hours of fixing a stupid bug. But we built a code that is so much more robust now because it's based on content that it was something due anyway. So duplicating message, I can move the post-it to the done column on the wall. Okay. And the in-app notification is almost done. And what is Claude saying? And I'm almost cold. Stop the aircon for a while. Check out main. We already main, man. It's gonna try to pull. It's gonna not work. You want to stash. I'm not gonna fight it, even though it's not necessary. No, 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 wait. It's committing on main. No. Let's commit that in the new branch together with the new code, no, on main. Never commit on main. Isn't that already explained in Claude MD branching? Strategy, or was that buried in a project in a subfolder square? Don't know why I keep on doing this mistake. There was this explanation, but maybe it's in the wrong place. I don't think a search of that would work. I think it's in some. I know there is something called branching strategy. Let's me search as well. In the main, never. So it's there. So I don't know what to do with you. I already told you. Okay, correct. Now I'm safely on a feature branch and can work on implementing the persistent for the badge system along with committing the pending changes. What kind of persistence would you like to implement for the unread message count? Share preference for simple storage or should it be integrated with existing? No, 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 no. Ah, share preference is fine. But I will ask. I'm pretty sure SharePoint is fine. I know that the database approach is probably better, but normally we assume that we are using only one device at a time. If you do use more than one device at a time, it's okay to have an incorrect count. Using the database is more complicated. I don't think is for such feature is not worth it. What are the pros and cons? I think the shared preferences is simpler and is enough because normally users have only one device. If the correct count happens, shows when switching devices is not a big deal. Yes, I want to tell about the helper class. Chat. It's called preferences, pref service. Or I can point to pref provider. By the way, there is a pref provider and let's point also to pref service. A pref service that might be useful. No, let's not say that. That's enough. Enter. Gonna stop the aircon completely. You're absolutely right. Share preference is the perfect choice here. Let me check. No pros and cons, man. I'm sure there are pros and cons. There you go. Here it is. Share preference pros: simple, fast, consistent, adequate, lightweight. Simple, just two methods. Fast, no database queries. Consistent, a preference pattern. Adequate, most users have one device. Doesn't need perfect sync. Lightweight, share preference cons, device specific. Lost on app uninstall, big deal, who cares? Database integration pros, sync across device, supervisor install. Database cons, complex, overkill, slower. Yep, agree with the analysis. Anyway, I pointed towards this solution. Let's go on. Yep, go ahead. Go ahead. Let's finish this. And I believe 6:11. What do we have to do in 6:11? The next ticket. Nothing, man. It's done. It's working. Okay, chat and read count. Okay, that's a new key to save in share preference. Pref service start. Okay, so these are the two implementation. One is fetch chat and read count, and the other one is set int. Save chat and read count. Correct. Looks good. Looks good. Okay, so now we have the mechanism implemented. Let me update the chat and read notifier to use persistent. Great. So basically this survives app restart. Right now, if I restart the app and I had 300, when I open the app, it gets 0. So now if I don't go and open the support menu and I haven't read, when I open the app after killing it, I should still see the unread notification with persistent. Okay, persistent. So we got this ref passed in. Uh, there is this initialize from preference, which is a method here, which is a sync, but in the constructor is called without a wait. Is the rest condition. Initialize from save preference, preference service fetch, and then save current state. Every time we increment, I don't think there is a rest condition on create. How does it work? Should we make this method wait also when we get the state? Okay, so don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. It's done. So this is the last thing in the ticket. After, what it took, almost a week, I think, working on this ticket. Analyze. We need to try it. Yeah. Do we need to update our test? I think we do. Okay, it's already doing that. Ooh. Test shadow red notifier. Initialize count 0. Initialize count. I don't know. Let's try. Because that will expose the race condition, maybe. Okay, we just have an error anyway. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we found the race condition. That's exactly what I thought. Yeah, that's fine. But then would this also happen in the app? You can make the test pass, but I think this race condition will exist in the app as well. Yeah. Wait a second, mate. Okay, so what I'm gonna say, that's great that is now complete implementation summary, enhancement, notify persistent, comprehensive testing, production ready, well tested, 6110 is complete. Yeah, it would be if it worked. Let's say that you made the tests pass, but I think the same race condition would happen with live code. Let me see how it used. So we need to check the shared preference or just called pref service. And there is these two new methods that are called unread count. So yeah, there you go. Because I'm not sure. Hold on. What was the race condition again? Ah, yeah, here you go. There is no await here. These are awaited, but there is no await here. So we create a notifier. So we have to see where this is used first. Okay. We have to see where the provider is used. Hmm. In so many places? Ah. So if its watch is fine, what's the test? But for read is not. So watch is fine. So that just mean okay, it's updated, and it will say 0, and then it will appear the. So it's not a race condition because it will appear the badge after. However, I have to understand why there is a read here instead of a watch. Let me see a second. Why can't I resize this area? There is a couple of read. Ah, it's a read because it's calling set. And it's a read because it's calling clear. Okay, it should be fine. So I was wrong making this comment because there is a watch. In real code, there is no such problem because of the watch. So it's okay if it takes a fraction of a second for the badge to appear. Just want confirmation. That's why I'm saying a statement here. Exactly, you're absolutely right. In a real app, is using watch, which means reactive updates, move the user experience. The badge shows 0, or it doesn't show because it's not displayed if it's 0. on app startup then update. Yeah, yeah. Natural behavior. Yep. And it's probably not even noticeable because it will be so fast. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's fantastic. No blocking. Yep. Yes. Yes. Push and I will test. Oh, we don't have a PR yet. We don't have a PR yet, isn't it? So this is the web project. One branch. I reload just to make sure. Yep, one branch. No pull request. Everything is good. Yeah. Now let's go to the other project, which is just called budget project, and it's actually the app. I might want to merge those two projects later, but not now. Probably for another day. And here I have 3 issues and no pull request open and one branch because not pushed yet. Yeah, it's pushing now. Okay. Pushing, so this will happen to become 2 branches. Now I have the possibility to create a pull request, but I will let Claude do it. So we put the message. Yeah. Branch pushed, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now if I reload the page, I should see the PR. Perfect. Test FCM updates. What does it mean? Firebase cloud message. Okay, I understand this, but I don't understand that. I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean? What you mean with test FCM of data in the test plan? I mean, it means the message sent from. Yes, yes, of course, I understand now. The notifications, yeah. Confusing and not really relevant. FCM updates work by calling same incremental read and set and read methods that we always had. Yeah. We find that when a FCM message arrives, updates the batch count, the new count still gets saved to preference. Test. Yeah, but okay. But what does it mean? That one. Yeah, I already said that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, can you update the issue? Come on, let's update that because just make me confused. Okay. So in the meantime, the test should be running. Those take a long time, not in the web project, but in the app project. The more I'm switching to projects like that, the more I think I should merge them. Oh, yeah, they failed. Okay, I see what's the issue. Ooh, a lot. That makes no sense, mate. Reject this change. This last bit is not tested yet. Why are you saying it's done? Okay, update the issue. That's also not what I meant, update the issue. It was update the PR message. We're just wasting tokens. That's okay, we'll take a break. Okay, this is correct. Can you update the PR message for the confusing? Right, that should be fine. Enter. That's what it was when I said updated the issue. I meant the PR message. That's the only thing that is updating, so it's still the same. Anyway, set budget. Badge is clear. Okay, manual test. Set badge count. How do you set the badge count? We still have a missing bit, the increment. Okay. How to do that? That makes no sense. So we still have an issue that now we always send one when we send messages. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, I think just normal FTM flow. Can you update the message to reflect that? We also have one more thing to do before closing this ticket. I think, not sure, but I think that when a new message is sent, the count is always sent as one because it was supposed to be done server side, but now we are changing the rules, so we should change the backend function to not send the count, a red count, and also make sure that I think that's already the case on the upside. we increment the count also past 1. I don't know if that's clear. Also, above 1. Okay. Man, that finally makes sense. It took a lot of time, man. I found the hard-coded count 1 in the FMCM service. You're absolutely right. We need to backend remove unread count, send a message content. Let's up the upper end the counting. Yep. Change set rent to increment unread. So wrong. Yeah. Okay, but we have a problem. Uh, so we have many things going on now. So first thing is in budget web, we already merged. So I need to check out main here. Okay. I need to pull. I need to fetch all, and I need to delete the local branch. I can do git delete the local branch. So web is good. Now upper is on the new branch. Okay. Um. Yeah. So let's copy this message for later in case we need for reference. And let's start to tackle the errors first. Sounds good, but let's first tackle some errors or warnings or whatever. So, warning, yeah. Let's give him 3 of them. Okay, I probably fixed also the other ones. This is still in the app project, so same branch, agree. Was this a Flutter analyze? Yeah, okay, that's good, so we can figure them out. Oh, we start from the app. But before we do that, let's check the build works. So I'm gonna to commit and push no matter, no, it doesn't matter the message. So we just message with fix. So this should trigger a new build. The unit test should take 3 minutes. And don't they? Let's see one was successfully. Yeah, 3 minutes. So don't know if I wait or tell him to go on. Yeah, I think this is slightly independent from the rest, so we can go on. Yeah. So let's tell him to work on the app. Start with 2. Because the other one is just to remove an output there, so a variable there in the output. So even if it's left there, it doesn't matter. But yeah, we can clean up just to not confuse things, but everything should still work. So the a red count it should be in send support message. Let's see if it's here. Doesn't look like. Maybe it's in a function call from here. But let's say on red count it should be called. Yeah, FSCM service is maybe imported from here. There it is. Yeah, this we can remove that. This handle message is called from few places. Here, FSCM service. Uh, handle permission response is initialized, and that's the main does. So hold on, I got confused because was the function. Why are we in that code now? Ah, we found the wrong thing. Oh, we found everything. Look at that. Because I thought this was the this is the Dart code. Change it back to message data. Yep, that's the thing. Probably it's not even there. It was just mocked. So let's try again. If I do this red count search, it's not in the backend. It was mocked there, so there is nothing to remove to the backend. Okay. I see. I see. I understand now. So he's using increment red rather than set red. Set red, increment red. think I want to do a grep Python R to do what? Anything else we left in there? This is not somewhere I wrote. Binary file. I need to look only in lib. The other way around. Okay, the other way around. Why? Ah, because it's uplib, that's why I couldn't find. And I assume it was wrong. Yeah, this we don't have. We cannot do now. But I think we should do this. Whoa, 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 what's doing? What's he doing? Hold on. Oh no, interrupted. It's doing the web. Yeah? Hold on a second. Let's finish the upside first. Can you check this to do? I check it too. FCM service start. Yeah, to do. Ah, there is nothing here. Oh, it's totally missing. Yeah, we need to implement it there. Background message handler currently has to do when the app is killed, background and FTM message arrive, the sender run but doesn't currently update the badge count. For our new incremental read approach, we need to handle background messages too. However, there is a challenge. Oh, why? We can't use the web proper guidance. We need to update shared preferences directly. Ah, oh, I see. I didn't know that. Ah, it's like duplicated code. Let me ask that. Are you sure that whatever that name is can't use Riverport? Me- Let me double check that. Because can't we use a static Riverport provider? I don't see any reason why not. We won't have the reference, maybe. Ah, the tokens. We're gonna run out of tokens for sure. You're right to question that. I'm not 100% sure. Let me think about this about more carefully. Background message handler runs in isolate. We could initialize their preference directly. We might be able to set a minimal report container just for this handler. Yeah, the background and the top level function. Okay. So I know how to do it. We need to. I have but I don't know how to find a way to create a river pod. This is it here in main. Hold on. Yeah, that one. River pod helper. Yeah, just that. There is no getter. It's kind of public. It's used directly. It's not elegant. It's not really that elegant, but it works. All right, so let's tell Claude, can you check river pod helper? That will help to eliminate duplicated code I was going to introduce. Perfect. This shows that there is already a static provider container available at riverpod container. This means we can use riverpod in the background. Yeah, it was good to question that. Never believe anything that the AI tells. Uh, Use riverpod container, access the shell provider. No need to direct share prefer manipulate. That's fantastic. I don't like that much how it's used directly in the variable, but they will do. Oh, now we have the implementation. Nice. And the unit tests work. That's great. And it's going on with this test, which are almost finished, but we need to toggle another build, trigger another build anyway. I was told always add lines at the end of files, and it's still not doing it. What can I do? Leave it there like that. Not a big issue. Ah, now it's auto compact. Need to charge my phone. Okay, there. And now, blank screen. What the heck? Come on, Claude. Okay, it's coming out of the compacting. And now we kind of forgot everything, man. Oh, we found it. It was there. Yes, but be careful with that because we need a branch. Okay, accept it, but let's not commit it. I could relax, but yeah, that was it. Not a big deal. Add a branch for budget pilot web and commit and push as intended and create a PR. Okay, so this passed, but we need another build here. I don't know if it was already triggered. No. So let's start with that. Let's finish that first. I really want to merge these two repos. So I'm gonna say also commit and push the upside. Let's see if that's enough. Should be. So tokens are already over the supposed limit, which is like not real limit, is flexible. Can be less, can be more, but it gives you an idea. Ah, that's the highest rate I've ever seen. Okay. Wait. I didn't know about that. What are you talking about? Makes no sense. If I run its status, I don't see the changes you are seeing. Can you run git status and check? What is he doing? You're right. Ah, man. He's looking at our previous commits. Remove coded count handling. Okay. And remove to do implement the background handling. So good. And push. So this will trigger finally the new build here, which takes a very long time. Not yet. We're still pushing. We don't have a PR yet. Oh, what the heck happened? Did we switch branch? Oh, that's a big issue. I didn't realize that. Fuck. Oh no. I feel bittersweet about it. I don't know if I'm going on with this. Well, we'll double check, yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that's the same change we saw before. fuck. And this increment. Oh, I should have been more careful and see that it was creating a new branch. No, that's the background. It's the same code. Yeah, that's good. I didn't realize that. Okay, we are near the limit. Yeah, I was supposing so. Normally, when it's tell you you're near the limit, you have one or two messages and then you're done, man. It tells you a bit too late. It should tell you you're near the limit a little earlier. But we knew already from here. Code monitor. It's deleting the other branch. Okay. Okay. And deleting the remotely. I don't think it ever was ever pushed. Maybe it was. I don't know. Yeah, it was. I think we have one or two messages at tops. So we might want to be careful with that. And then I'll take a break. So to test that, we'll need to wait for this, which will take 15 minutes maybe. The This is marked as failed because no, it was not updated. No, we can the web as a PR, which is just this, not a big deal. We can deploy the functions. You know what? Let's merge it. Let's submit. We don't need to do too much about it. Okay, took a while. And now we check out main, git pull, git fetch all, and delete the branch, and check the local branches, only main. Now I'm already in function, so npm run deploy, just remove that stupid red count. We are not doing from the back end, we are keeping track in the app. Okay, so that will deploy eventually. Going back to the app, the test failed, so then we have something to check. Okay, parameter unused. Okay, let's start Claude. It's perhaps the last thing we can do, or can do it myself as well, but need to fix the news parameter. Okay, but why we don't need data? Let me check. So FCM service. And we are talking about line 120. So for example, this checks the data type. I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Let's check here. How is the actual message? How do we get the actual message? Okay, that we are incrementing the read and read. Here. Right. Wait a second, why I put the parameter as optional? Is this from an interface? Oops. No, it won't be. Why are you putting the setting the parameter as unused instead of removing it? What you gotta say for yourself? You're absolutely right. Okay, that's better. Commit and push. We still using Claude. There's 5-hour limits there, but 170 messages. It's a lot. Okay. So this will trigger another build. Okay. And then let's see if the unit tests work. Then we can create a release and we can test that on the phone where the test will be. We send one message. We start the app. We should see no unread messages first. And we send a message. We should see the one unread. We send another one. We should see two unread. And then we try as well. Then we try to reset it, go in support. Then we close the app completely, swiping it off so it goes offline. And we test the background message receiving, which is the other function, by sending a message while the app is closed or even the phone is off. Yeah, that would be a good test. Or offline. Which is the same thing, not the same thing, because if it's off, for sure the app is closed. Uh, yeah, this was not updated. This became quite not a small change. And it's ready to be tested. I just wait before asking another question to Claude, which is will be to look at the 611, the next ticket. I'm waiting to see if this unit test pass, because if they don't, we might have to fix this here first. And because we are at the end of the available messages, we don't want to waste them. So this should take another 40 seconds, give or take. So you can just wait. Okay, we should be there. Another 10 seconds, 15, maybe 20. And the fact it's going so far, it means that's probably working. Otherwise, it would be have been interrupted earlier. Okay, great. Okay, after build, we'll test this. And beside the meantime, we deployed the functions. Okay, done. I will test it. Hopefully, all good, and we will be able to do close, meant to say, close issue 610. What about issue 611? What do we need to do there? So the issue 611 or 611 is this one. The push notification appear when the app is background closed. That's already working. Yes. We'll test again, but that's working. Message preview correct. It's already working. Tapping notification opens up to support app screen. Well, it opens the app, but not to support app screen at the moment. So yeah, that's the deep linking thing. So it's partially working, but not going to the particular screen. Proper notification permission request flow with explanatory dialogue. I think that's already done, but we can double check it, review it. Graceful handling when user denies permission. We need to check that. I don't know what happens in that case, but I think it's already okay, but we need to double check. User can configure notification preferences. Not sure about that. We'll see. Deep linking. Yep. Okay. This is about testing more the same point of here, more test. Okay, so there is quite a bit to do in this on this ticket. Let's see, we're gonna finish the token now. Tokens. Four. Try again. We have found. There is quite a bit, but it looks like easy now. Easy plain sailing. Apart from the settings, maybe that's a little bit. Allora, push notification when app is closed, deep linking, notification permission flow, notification preference. Yeah, notification messages. That's already working. Confirm. Well, notification channels, and I think we already done step 1 and 2. Question mark. You're right. Let me check the correctly implemented. Yes, you're absolutely right. Looking at what we have, send notification message as Android configuration. And okay, step 2, Android manifest as default notification icon configured. Yep. Notification channel is set up in FCM message. We need to run the backend is already sending proper push notification that would appear if the app is closed background. Yeah, this the main worker is Flutter side to handle notification. Would you like to tackle deep linking? Yes, can I update the ticket first? can you update the ticket first? Also changing any wording in case we have a better understanding now. Okay, start with that. Should tick also that. We already checked it. We'll check it again, but yes, this is doing that. There you go. Okay, this is going well. Marshmallow. Going well. It's going so well, I might just merge it because I'm pretty sure we didn't change anything to make the main test fail. Okay, I bring my dog into the garden. Eh, So I take a small break as the test run. Yeah, marshmallow. Okay, seems all good. Is finalizing this test. However, we still have to merge. After we merge, we can start to work in a new branch right away. Yeah? But just waiting for the test. Okay. Ah, no, it's still running. There is no streaming output. I just see the phone working. So what I'm gonna do here is check we are on yeah, clean. I check out main, but I can't pull it yet. I won't delete the local branch until this is finished. Okay, now it's finished. Okay, correct. Let's just wait completing job. Perfect. So we should have given a look at the PR. Should tell not put test plan in PRs. We already have that in the ticket. Okay, all this looks familiar. Why this has a main? Ah, because of the test. What test has main? I forgot about that. Does test have main? I forgot about that. Okay, hold on. Ooh. Ah, this is like because we switched to main. Let's open any test. No, not that. That's not a test. Any test. Right, this one. Yeah, that's how it works. Main. I didn't do that. Yeah, forgot. Okay, merge. Copy that part only. Good. So now we can pull main. This trigger the build that will finally deploy the app eventually. Pull main, fetch all, check the local branches, delete the local branch. Excellent. Okay, let's start with deep linking. I have now merged the PRs, switched to main, and updated main. The first step would be to create an appropriate branch. Will this be the message that triggers the limit or not? We're pushing the limits. Oh, that doesn't make any sense. I didn't say I'm a pro subscription. That was auto discovered, but wrongly. The other way to say that is I put, I don't know if there is an help thing. Okay. Yes, there is. Hyphen plan pro. All right. This is not the case, 250. I never reached 250 ever. Probably because I use too many tokens. Yeah. Okay. Deep linking makes sense. On the issue 611. Perfect. I created deep linking branch. Now let me start by researching how navigation and routing currently work in the app to understand how to implement the deep linking properly. Great. I can see how navigation works. Let me also check the support screen to see its route name. Perfect. I now understand the navigation system. Material app with named routes. Support screen as route support. Why is it still working? I don't know where I was reading. It's going too fast. Okay, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Routes are defined in mid-screen and map to routes. Let me examine the current FCM service, how the message handling works. I can see what needs to be implemented for deep linking. The current FCM service has already implemented on message opened up listener. Okay. Message handling for support messages, badge count updating, navigation to support screen when notification is stopped, handling initial message when app starts from cold state, and proper navigation context access. Okay, research existing navigation and routing in the app, done. Implement notification tab handling in FCM service. Now I need to implement navigation handling. The key challenge is that the FCM service doesn't have direct access to the navigation context. At the navigation callback system to FCM service, handle on message open up, warm start, or get initial message call start. Navigate to support screen when support message notification is stopped. Do you want to make this edit to FCM service? Navigator, okay. Unless you can set them in a constructor, that would be better. Okay, there you go. Finally finished. I was looking forward to it. So we can take a break. In the meantime, this will take several minutes. So I think it will work, but I will test after the stream because now there is no point on waiting for it. It will take another 10-15 minutes. But we'll see tomorrow then all the next steps. Or maybe I will go on in few hours, 3 hours. I'm thinking as well to get a ChatGPT $20 Codex subscription in addition to this $20 Claude to use them in parallel. But I quite like being able to take a break away from the computer. So let's close the stream here. Thanks. Bye bye.